Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders radio, as we are talking with Reverend Michael Wheeler. That's I got to spell this right, Michael. Wuehler. It is pronounced Wheeler, but if you're looking for his book, Spirit Calling, it is pronounced again one more time, or spelled one more time. Wuehler. And Michael, I'm so glad we're talking about this, but I want to talk about your book. We really haven't. We talked about all these spiritual concepts. Tell us an overview of what Spirit Calling is all about.
Sure. Spirit Calling is a daily devotional centered on a Bible passage for each day.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that Bible passage, and the devotional is as if the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, is responding to you,
Mm-hmm.
the reader, through that passage. So it's very unique in that it's a first-person voice of God devotional rather than me writing a devotional to you.
Right.
And God calling, Jesus calling are in the same vein.
Right.
It's as if God is speaking to you.
Right. And to be able to connect. I know when I was a child, my mom used to read me every morning the daily word. It's similar. It's an affirmation of who you are. But every morning before school, I mean, it was a ritual when we first got up, before I'd even, eat my breakfast or whatever. Mom would sit us down and we would read that. And I remember realizing that, first of all, when I was young, I didn't get it. It's like, Mom,
right.
Do I really have to sit there and listen to it? But I miss those times now. I think about, I don't do that as much as I used to do as a child. I wasn't thinking about at the time, I don't think about these things. I think we get so busy. So to have an ability to have something like that is amazing. So, and you also have a podcast, is that correct?
I'm all over the internet. You can buy the book in
I know,
paper.
that's how I found you.
Yeah, in paper format, but I also have a Spirit Calling in different formats on YouTube as a video. And also something called Chicken Soup for the Spirit, which is a short prayer that I do in English and then translate into Spanish. And then I have a daily Bible quiz and a daily inspirational Bible verse, and a podcast that you can get at any place you download podcasts, Apple, iTunes, whatever. So I realize not all people are going to sit down and read. Not all people are going to watch a video. Some people like to have their devotionals through their headphones while they're walking, jogging, whatever. So I try to reach people in every format that I could conceivably bring up.
Yeah. And most likely, I can only imagine, you say you're retired, but you're certainly not.
No,
you're a very busy man. You're
couple
doing
times,
a million things. But I guess my question is, with all the work that you've done with your career and with Spirit Calling, what's the most meaning for you? How has that affected you in the process?
The driving force behind all of this is you. Connecting to people. That's why I went into ministry. I loved preaching. I loved small groups, Bible studies, whatever. I always made sure that I had some way to connect to the community. So I always had AA groups and help people in those, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, just some way of helping people grow. And it's not all religious based, but it's helping people find themselves. And in finding themselves, they will find that spirit.
And I think one of the things that you've done such a good job is that finding that spirit is different for everyone.
It is.
We are individual people, and it's like we're spiritual beings having human experiences. But those human experiences, we're all come in here I believe, with a purpose to fill. We are part of a community, and that community and that connection is part of, I believe, okay, this is me, that's a responsibility that we have as human beings, is to express who we are, to be who we are, and to act with integrity and act appropriately in the point that is most honoring yourself. For me, there's no amount of money that would allow me at this age, after that, that situation in the corporate world, I'll never forget that. There's never again will I ever do that. I became much more aware of, I'm not crossing the line, right? And I think that's what you say, that there's this feeling of resolution, I guess is the word I want to use. Do you find that when those things shift, that's what happens?
Yeah. Luckily, God hid our spirits in plain sight. They're not hard to find, but God gives us some aha moments that help us out. We step into situations in life that we realize that all of our life experience, our education, our physical abilities aren't enough to interpret that we need a larger sense of self and divine being within us. And we encounter that shift or finding that spiritual self.
Like what the saying goes, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like, character is only as good as when it's tested. In other words, when we find ourselves in a situation, and I know starting my company, oh my gosh, there were so many times that I wanted to throw in the towel, but I said, no, this is about fortitude. I love the term fortitude. It's about the ability to persevere and to be who you are. And sometimes it's hard, but those are the opportunities in which we grow. And I think that's the thing that's really exciting about this whole journey and adventure into your own spiritual wellness. Yes. So Michael, again, tell us how to find your book.
Spirit Calling, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Book Nook, everywhere. I keep getting connections from smaller communities that are carrying the book in their bookstore. My website is spirit-calling-book.com. Sorry it's so long, but Spirit Calling was already taken for a domain.
Oh, well, you know what? I really am so grateful that you came on the show this week. And Michael, again, I hope you'll come back and visit us again sometime in the future.
Thanks so much. I also have 5 children's books out, but they're on my website as well.
Wonderful. We will definitely check that out. Thank you very much. I'll be right back right after this.
Time to get back to Suzanne and more Answers for Elders.
And welcome back to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are so happy that we had the opportunity to have Michael Wheeler, a retired United Methodist minister, to join us today to talk about spiritual wellness. At the end of this hour, we think about what spiritual wellness is to you. What are the stories that you have, the turning points of your life that allowed you to move forward in your life and become the person that you are? We hope you're enjoying the Vitality Revolution, the program that we have going forward. And until next week, be good to each other. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.